Pokémon, a franchise that took the world by storm and defined the childhoods of many. It has only gotten more popular with time, but what was Pokémon like way back then? More specifically, how has competitive Pokémon changed over the years for those striving to be the very best? Now that is exactly what we are here to find out. In this series, Jeexx and I will embark on an adventure to be the very best, exploring through time and space to rediscover Pokémon's past formats. In each episode, both of us will bring two teams and battle it out in a best of 3 match, and the one who wins with both teams first is crowned the champion of the episode. We hope you enjoy this trip to Pokemon's evolution with us. Welcome to the Pokemon Progression Series, A Journey Through Time. Generation 5, Unova, with Black and White and Black and White 2, was the first region to not be based in Japan and instead was based on parts of the USA. It added a hopping 156 new Pokemon, the most out of any generation, and had some insanely powerful mons for both singles and VGC, like Excadrill, Ferrothorn, and the Jinx, just to name a few, but definitely was the first generation to introduce a lot of power creep into Pokemon. It also added hidden abilities as a mechanic as well as Scald, an incredibly flexible move with good base power and a high chance of inflicted burn, as well as Gems, a series of items that give a once per game 50% boost to a move of its type when used for the first time. Generation 5 also finally removed the defense halving mechanic from Explosion and Self-Destruct, drastically decreasing their raw power. However, none of these changes defined the 5th generation as Weather did. Often referred to as the Weather generation, abilities like Drizzle, Drought, and Sandstream now brought permanent weather into battle, often referred to as Auto Weather, only fading upon a new weather play being applied, resulting in many weather wars in almost every single match in Generation 5. What is up, guys and girls, and welcome back to the Pokemon Prog series. We're this time doing a Generation 5 OU, and I gotta apologize in advance. I had a million things come up that I had completely forgotten about, so I'm gonna be completely transparent. One of my teams, I literally just took a team called Terrible Ascent by the creator of, or the author of the team was Harshest, and I literally changed like a couple things here, but 90% of the team is just stolen. It's essentially, I wanted a team that uses Landorus Therian, and I saw this, which had Eject Puddin, Amoonguss, and also had a Volt Switch with Rotom to obviously have a Volt Turn core with Rotom and Landorus Therian, where Amoonguss could also be a part of that. And Amoonguss with Eject Puddin can bring in something like a Choice Banded Terrakion, which can then just blow things up. And we do also have Choice Guard Exca here, with Sandforce to make full use of Tyranitar's Sandstream. So I think like this team looked really solid and it looked really cool. So it was like, since I had a timing constraint, I was just like, sure. And the other team, this is like the team I feel like from Generation 5 OU. It's there in the name. It's the big six of Rain. When I was obviously like looking at stuff about Generation 5, because for the intros, I like to know what's happening in each generation, kind of like the gist of the meta and everything like that. The obviously weather is very prevalent in Generation 5, and there was an actual like mention of like a Rain team and just like the Big Six. So this is just called the Big Six of Rain. But obviously now when we're out of Black and White 1, we get, actually did we get hidden abilities in 1? We might have, but I'm not entirely sure. But the big thing here for this team is obviously having stuff like the Therian forms. So we have Thunder Therian here, the Volt Absorb, obviously really good. Since we are running multiple water types to have an electric immunity. We have more resistances as well as we are running a Latios with Specs, Draco, Surf, Thunder, and Trick. So gems are banned now, but still Specs, Draco, once again going to do insane amounts of damage here. Therian is a lefty substitute set. We are running a Focus Blast just for coverage, Focus Miss, but it is more of a like bulkier set. The idea here is to have like very bulky substitutes. Keldeo is there for speed control because we don't have a Rain Sweeper per se. We just have a lot of mons that can take advantage of Rain, and Keldeo is one of those with Surf, Hydro Pump, Secret Sword, and Hidden Power Ice. Surf is there if we want a more reliable move, and if we need to Oko something then Hydro Pump is there. Pharaoh is obviously really good to take advantage of what's his face? Take advantage of the Rain to reduce the damage taken from fire type moves from 4x to 2x, which is obviously its only only weakness alongside fighting. Yeah, and we're running a pretty similar set to last time with Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Power Whip, but I've decided to forego Gyro Ball for knockoff this time around, and which is also why we're not lowering our speed even further. But Power Whip, I feel like it makes sense in this team, because something like a Gastrodon or Swampert or stuff like that would be obviously really hard for us to deal with. And I was contemplating on giving one of my 2 HP Ice users HP Grass, but I decided that I would rather use a Pharaoh move slot for it, because most of the stuff, like I said, like Swampert and Gastrodon, they would be usually more specially defensive. And then the big 2 here, Politoed, obviously our Rain Setter with Scald, Toxic, Encore, and Protect. It's only the reason why it is here, it needs to be stay alive. This is our only way to set the rain, and until we win the Weather Wars, we need Politoed to stay alive. And taking full advantage of that, we have a Tentacool, Scald, Toxic, Rapid Spin, and Protect, keeping hazards off the field. Rain Dish obviously gives it further sustain, and both of them obviously rocking the new thing that I don't think we saw last time, Scald, which later gets bumped down to 70 base power, and at some point gets essentially removed in its entirety, because it's one of the single most powerful moves ever put into Pokemon. 80 base power, can't miss, and a 30% chance to burn. But like I said about the earlier team, I'll just really quickly run through it, because I can't give the methodology here for, other than obvious the Volturn stuff. You know how Volturn works, I'm sure. Excadrill is just running, it's a spinner after we lose our Scarf, but also in a pinch, if I really need or want the hazards off my field, it's there, but mostly I'm just going to be clicking my big stab moves. Rock Slide there for coverage. Lando, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, U-Turn, and Hidden Power Ice. It's more of a defensive and fast pivot. There to make a core with Rotom Wash, Voltage, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split. This is the most common Rotom Wash set that you're going to see. Nothing really crazy there. Amoonguss, like I said, eject button regenerator. This helps to help our pivot core, and also all of this help bring in Terrakion. Obviously, we have slower pivots in Amoonguss and Rotom Wash, and Landorus Therian as a really fast pivot, depending on what we need. We're running a Sunspore, Giga Drain, Hidden Power Fire, and Sludge Bomb. I would love this to be Spore, but Sleep is actually banned in Gen 5 OU, so we can't be rocking that. Terrakion, Joyce Bandit, Close Combo, Stone Edge, Quick Attack, Rock Slide. It's just there to kill things. And T-Tar, obviously our Sense Setter, Pursuit Crunch, and Ice Beam. Since the best Pokemon for quite a while now for us is Lando Therian, which is why it's also carrying HP Ice for the mirror matchup, but I want an additional way to actually be able to hit a Therian. So we have a very bulky T-Tar, which can take special moves thanks to the full investment in special defense. Ice Beam there to hit Lando Therian, and then we can just trap things, but mostly we want to be spamming Thunder Wave, and Chople Berry obviously there to not explode to superpower from opposing Tyranitar or die to stuff like Terrakion. Sorry for the really scuffed team breakdowns, and like I said, my bad on one of my teams being 90% just a borrowed team, but hopefully we can show why Harshest Turbo Sand is a powerful team. Hopefully you enjoyed the team breakdowns. I'll see y'all in the battle zone after.
Okay, so we are playing Gen 5 OU, actual Gen 5 OU, Black and White 2. I'm running T-Tar, Terrakion, Amoonguss, Rotom Wash, Landorus Therian, and Excadrill. Sand team with Terrakion and Amoonguss for spreading status and for generally being a nuisance. T-Tar, T-Wave, Pursuit, Crunch, Ice Beam. I'm a Giga Slow team, other than, well, not Giga Slow, but Rotom Wash, Amoonguss, T-Tar itself. Even to some degree, I would argue that, what's his face? Landorus is kind of slow, especially considering if I'm going to be running into another Sand team, it's going to be a pain in the ass because of this thing, for example. But yeah, T-Wave, you can make the argument of actually running Toxic, I think, but I think T-Wave is going to be fine. Chople Berry for taking half damage from perfect moves. Pursuit, Crunch, Ice Beam. It's gotta be mostly relegated to being a trapper. I was considering running Stealth Rock as well, because as you can see, I have Stealth Rock only on one of my guys. But I think it will be fine. Anyhow, we have Terrakion with Close Combat, Stone Edge, Quick Attack, Rock Slide. Very simple, choice band, justified, max attack, max speed investment, almost max investment. Among Us eject button. If the holder survives a hit, it immediately switches out to a chosen ally, single use. Essentially giving me a free switch in to a lot of things that I might want to get a free switch into. And I think it's gonna be worth because of Effect Spore also having an odd chance of triggering there. It lets me immediately pivot into something like, I don't know, I have Landorus Therian out, I switch it into Among Us gets hit, Effect Spore procs, I switch back out into Landorus Therian, double intimidated. What do you do? I mean, that's probably not the best use of it, because it's a single use, but still. Then we have Rotom Wash with Volta Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split. This also has a pivoting move, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, obviously. Then we have Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split. It's gonna be doing a similar strategy as the one that I was talking about. Where is it? This team. In this team, I was talking about a similar set where I had Pain Split, Hydro Pump, and Will-O-Wisp. I ended up going for Thunderbolt there because I felt like the pivoting wasn't really relevant, and I felt like the damage was more relevant because I obviously went more of a damage focus. But in this one, I'm gonna be more bulky, so I think it's gonna be better for me to have Pain Split because it allows me to actually equalize its HP and also gain HP. There's also the fact that Volt Switch then now again allows me to pivot out into stuff like Landorus Therian, which has with just Stealth Rock, EQ, U-turn, Hidden Power Ice. U-turn again like pivoting move. It allows me to pivot into, let's say, T-Tar. T-Tar obviously sets Sand. If I happen to be in a situation where Sand isn't on the field anymore, I can use this for that. And then obviously EQ, Stealth Rock. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Stab, EQ, not super high attack investment though. But you could make the argument that I should probably not be running max speed investment here. I wonder if this would be better. Probably not, but let's see. Let's see how this goes. Maybe I don't explode. I don't actually know what the math is. Is it better to have... How many is this? Is it better to have like 3 more points of defense or like 4 more points of 2 more points of HP? I think this is probably better. 3 points of defense over 2 points of HP. Yeah. Excadrill, Choice Scarf, Sandforce, EQ, Ironhead, Rapid Spin, Rock Slide. We're going fast, bro. Choice Scarf, Sandforce, obviously intended to just like literally hit through anything possible. Ground, Rock, and Steel attacks do 1.3 times the damage. Super fast. It's about, I think, 4 something, 450 or something. But yeah. The main point here being that I have Rock Slide for flinching, Iron Head for flinching, and EQ for big damage, so we'll see how that goes. Then for the second team we have Politoed, Ferrothorn, Keldeo, Starmie, Thunder, Therian, Caesar with Scald and Encore, Toxic Protect for Politoed, and again we have a bit of speed to not be completely outsped by something. I don't remember what. I think it was on this team even. No. I'm misremembering. There was something that I was like, I want to be faster than this here. But yeah, Scald, Encore, Toxic Protect. Let's just change that, just in case. Actually, wait. If it's a Trick Room set, I am gonna end up faster than this. So... I mean, not that I'm gonna need these stats anywhere else. Right? Just do this. Then we have, obviously, Scald for Burn Chance, Encore for locking you. Wait, actually, yeah, if I have a higher speed stat, no, that's what I was thinking most likely. I was intending on outspeeding certain slower Pokemon to make sure that I can hit Encore on them. Toxic Protect. It's really bad that I made these teams and, like, yoinked a lot of the information about these teams 2 weeks ago now. So I'm like looking at this like, wait, I swear I looked into why this works. And what is the intent here? But now I'm sitting like I don't remember anything. Do not do that, guys. But Toxic Protect, obvious. This like thing is the most obvious thing in the world to, I think, run Skull for burns, Encore for luck and shit into set up moves, Toxic Protect, or even protect itself. Fire Thorn with Lefties, Iron Barb, Stealth Rock, Spikes, Power, Gyro Ball. It's pretty offensive, but it's got two hazard moves. Choice Scarf, Keldeo with Hydro Pump, Secret Sword, Hidden Power, Ice, and a Surf. I originally was looking for Sacred Sword when I was making this, because like, why is Sacred Sword? Sacred Sword's the attack that I want on this. And then I was like, why is this physical? Why isn't this special? And then after like 20 minutes, I came back to this, like, that can't be right. And while I was scrolling through this, I saw this fucking moment. Okay. Wait, as I mentioned, I mostly yoinked a lot of the information for a lot of these Pokemon, because of some of these I've never actually seen. Like, I didn't know what Keldeo actually does, so I was looking through Smogon and stuff. And I saw that people were running this with full offensive sets, and that's where I was like, that seems kind of fun, especially if I combine it with the fact that it allows me to run Rain for Scizor. So yeah. Starting with Air Balloon and Analytic, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Thunder, Rapid Spin. I think that's self-explanatory. We're gonna be running Rain with Drizzle, and then we're gonna be having Ice Pump, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump for pretty much everything else that isn't weak to Thunder. Thunder, Asterion, Electric Flying, Volt Absorb, Thunder, I Hear and Power, Ice, Focus Blast, Agility. That's not right. Is it? Did I just click something? I'm gonna figure out what that's supposed to be later. I'll just continue this for now. So, but Caesar, Choice Band, Technician, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Superpower, Pursuit. Okay, I think this is gotta be fun. Mostly just because of the fact I feel like a lot of these teams are more powerful than the ones that we've been playing before. Like we had the ones in previous OU tier, which are also really good, right? They're really strong, they're really fun to play. And I think for this tier specifically, because I'm going to be playing Scizor again, but in a Rain team, where it actually feels like it has a position to be in, I think this is going to be cool. This is going to be fun. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you ready to embrace the greatness that is Gen 5 OU?
I'm about to bust out some weather teams.
Damn. Feeling creative today, are we?
And then I'm gonna hop off and I'm gonna beat Ansim's ass.
Let's go. That sounds great. I was just gonna ask, like, you want us to just directly after jump into Archipelago? Because I think that makes the most sense, but yeah. Sounds good. I remember Sam saying that maybe I'll do Duke Sarkas anyways, but after sitting a lot, but I was like, you know what? After I just get the Lord Soul, let me just beat the game. I'm gonna play Anor anyway, which is like after that I'm kinda chilling. So let's embrace the actual what the Archipelago is actually about. So.
And besides, you've already done the best areas in the game.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, I have Anor, which I'm gonna do now immediately after anyway, and then like the Traverse Town is where you'll get the Lord Vessel pretty shortly. So all we just need is to find some garbage for you and find a soul for me. But I think like maybe we look where the soul is and go from there, but we'll see. That's neither here nor there. Now we're here with Generation 5 Overused, which is a pretty cool format if you like Lander of Therian, because that's when he gets introduced and he doesn't leave until the end of times.
I sure like Intimidate Pokemon that have immunities. Yeah. And are generally really powerful and can function as a support, an attacker, a bulky kind of mon because of Intimidate.
So Pivoter. For the less people who are less into the whole like competitive single sphere in Pokemon, Therian Landorus is like pretty widely agreed to be like the single greatest Pokemon in the history of singles ever. Like Generation 9 is the first time when it was like, all right, well, we just got an insane amount of crazy shit, but from Generations 5 to 8, like he's basically like single-handed, like this is the face of OU. He's always there and he can do literally anything that you want. Because this can be a special attacker too. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can't
105
use
special
it.
attack isn't anything to scoff at, yeah.
You can use him as a special attacker, which is
Like,
terrifying.
I'm using it as a mix attacker, essentially, so...
Yep.
It's like, well...
I mean, that's the thing. You always want the HPIs there, because if you can't beat your opponent's Lando T with your own Lando T, what are we doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just realized you can even like look at my teams now, by the way, because it doesn't really matter because you're gonna see them anyway.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not looking at the stream, you can just watch the stream here too.
Yeah, but don't worry, I'm not. Shane,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
just because there's a chance that you show sets, but that's a cool thing now with, obviously, team preview being a thing.
I am showing sets. It's just like it doesn't actually matter, right? Because you'll see them anyway, right?
Oh, you don't say sets.
Oh, you don't see sets in
Yeah,
team preview?
that's the thing. Like, you never see
Oh,
sets.
I never
which
noticed.
is- yeah.
But that's wait, but oh, okay. I guess team preview and team sheet are different then.
Yeah. VGC events tend to be open team sheet, which is like you'll have everything. But moves are something that outside of VGC events, like you'd never know. It's just they automatically pop up there. The only thing that we might adapt from VGC, like I'm down to play open team sheet if we want to, but I think like for the sake of our stuff, like when we eventually get to Gen 9, I think if you don't know your opponent's Terra type in VGC formats, that's whack. And I think like that's the one thing that we should have, but I'm still down to play with like close moves because I think it's kind of cool. But I'm fine either way.
Oh, well.
I'm not really one to usually run cheesy sets anyway. I'm more of a coverage type of guy, so either one works for me.
When I pull out the fucking Destiny Bond on my Gengar,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
Because stuff like that is obviously like it's very good on close team sheet and absolutely dog shit in open team sheet.
yeah. Although in some ways the focus sash on Gengar with D-Bond also means that you know that I'm gonna go for Destiny Bond. So there's a question of, oh, are you going to, if you don't have priority, are you even going to hit the Gengar, which then creates a mind game of its own.
Yeah,
If you know that I can D-Bond.
that is also true.
And that's kind of cool.
But I don't really have, at least for now, like I don't have much else to say about Gen 5 OU at this point. Like most things are established. We know how Pokemon works now, and now it's just
Pokemon.
like, all right, who are the good Mons?
Oh.
So I guess on that, best of luck to you, gamer. Actually, have fun. No good luck, but have fun. In Pokemon, you never want to wish your opponent good luck, because otherwise you're going to get crit 5 times in a row. So
Good luck with the games.
have fun with the games.
No.
I'll see you after. Alrighty. And since I am rocking the clay avatar, and we do got the GOAT, Excadrill here, let's start with the Sand team. We skipped last week. Sorry about that. We had some stuff come up, so oh. We have the literal. It's shout out harshest. That's so funny. We both so you remember if last time you look at what I said about my team preview on this one, like this is essentially a stolen team because I didn't have time then, but we ended up not doing the actual episode. So I think we have the identical 6. And now the thing here is the logical lead here is Rotom because it beats everything here. And getting Will-O-Wisps down is huge, even on the Rotom itself. There is not much here that beats it. Among Us does a lot. But the thing here is, like, even if you, like, burning the Among Us is also really good. So I genuinely think, like, I do need to lead Rotom. Because no matter what he goes into, I will just be clicking Will-O-Wisp. This is not a fun mirror though. Like weather mirrors when it's the same weather are not a lot of fun. So this is gonna be really annoying. And the Volturn Core doesn't do much here, obviously, because of 2 ground types. The thing that we need to preserve here is that we need to make sure that Xka doesn't get burned. Because literally, the moment this guy falls on one team and there's even a little bit of chip on these two, Excadrill wins the game. So it's literally at all costs, we must preserve Excadrill. Excadrill is the win condition in this matchup. The thing here is that he might be rocking Scarfed Terrakion. That's fine. He's basically always going to U-turn here. But like I said, no matter what happens, like burning this thing, burning Terrakion, burning Excadrill, like those are immediate win conditions. But there are no like good switch-ins to this thing. So I genuinely think like his play is he U-turns into Rotom. Or just hard switches, which is fine. Now the thing here is that we don't want this thing to get spored, and there's not really much like if he goes hidden. How much does Hidden Power Fire do on my Amoonguss? It doesn't even do that much. So honestly, I think I genuinely just go Amoonguss here. Hard Amoonguss. If I Volt Switch and he switched in the ground type, do I get punished? The answer is no, so I always Volt Switch. Because we get a little bit of chip. And the thing is, eject button was... let me check, actually, let me open up another tab. Eject button, Gen 5. I think it's just if you take a move. Yeah. We also... yeah, he is also eject button. So he will get ejected here, but that's perfectly fine. Actually, do I even want to switch because of that? I mean, we're gonna trade eject buttons most likely, but that's perfectly fine. And like I said, like if he hard switches out, that's perfectly fine. The win condition in this matchup is to burn the entire opposing team. And if we get there first, that's fine. The thing is just Rotom can't get slept. My Sleep Absorber probably should be Tyranitar because it doesn't do much in the matchup. Thunder Wave is nice to have, but Thunder Wave isn't actually something that we care about on anything. Because like the only thing that we really would like to Thunder Wave is Terrakion if it's Scarfed. Obviously, it's also good to Thunder Wave to guarantee the speed tie, but if I get to pick between burning it and paralyzing it, then, you know. Now, the thing that I'm also scared about here is if we end up having a Rain Mirror as well, because, I mean, at least that's more explosive than a Sand Mirror, but... I mean, this is how this generation is. Like, a lot of weather mirrors. Like, if you play Generation 5 OU anyway, he's taking a lot of time to think about this, which I'm not blaming him for, because it does make a lot of sense. There's an argument to be made that I'll just stay in and Will-O-Wisp again. There we go. And now the eject button. And this is what's good about this, because his eject button goes first, so I get to pick then who I go into. If in this matchup, if he had black, like in this matchup specifically, if we have Black Sludge on Amoonguss, it's so much better. But I figured that since I'm also rocking this team is really cool, by the way. Volturn cores are like extremely good in what's his face. Volturn cores are extremely good in singles anyway, and having a Volturn core with a banded Terrakion that obviously absolutely explodes everything is kind of crazy. Now there is a speed tie, but if I burn this thing, like, that's really good. If he Volt turns and goes into Amoonguss, there's Regenerator, which sucks. Would he Volt turn though? I think he Willows. I think we exchange Willows here. But yeah, I'll be honest, I forgot about the interaction where, like, if you Volt turn and the Volt turn hits an eject button. Well. But yeah, the thing is, you can't switch here, unfortunately. You might know everything I'm going to do. And everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it? Oh, okay. Well, that is actually massive for him because now he gets a free Among Us here. Is he Effect Spore? He's Effect Spore. This dude is a weirdo. Okay, now here we once again go Volt Switch. Because even if he... I don't die to like anything. Yeah, we still go Volt Switch here. He's Effect Spore. And the only thing that we need is for him to not sleep. This is an obvious hidden power fire. Or not. Interesting. And now we get to bring in... I think... Do we just explode this thing with Terrakion? I don't think we do. I don't think we have a way to Oko this from here. So... There's an argument to be made to set up the sand. But the issue is that since we don't have a way... I would love to get rocks up, actually. But is getting rocks up more valuable than... The thing that I'm thinking here is getting rocks up more valuable than saving my Lando? Because if I bring this thing in, do I kill this thing with Ice Beam? More often than not. After rocks especially. I'm getting rocks up. Now I'm falling asleep here, which sucks, but getting rocks up is actually pretty huge. But like he always should Spore here. But him being Effect Spore is actually very good for me. Because obviously I just don't want to U-turn this thing, but... Stun Spore. Oh, I'll take that. I don't mind that at all. I think I have a free U-turn into Among Us here. Assuming I don't get full parrot, obviously. Am I risking it? I'll put this in chip range. I think I'll risk it. That's perfectly fine. Also, knowing he's faster is actually not that bad. I think I kill from... Yeah, HP Fire kills most of the time here. But... I still will go for Sludge Bomb, because if he switches... he's not switching in Exca here. Like, if he switches, he's not switching in Exca here. But yeah, I completely forgot that sleep is banned in Gen 5. This is what's the issue with me, like, doing team breakdowns, Lear. But now, like, having Among Us down is huge for us. Because, like, I'm kind of chilling whatever he goes into. If I'm him, I go Lando here to get rocks up. But he's also going to eat a lot of damage. I think this thing, it can kill me with Stone Edge, but it's a chance. And Stone Edge is also 80% accurate. So if this thing could be choice scarf. It's definitely some choice item. So I actually think like getting this thing... would I prioritize chip? Or getting it paralyzed? I think I'd rather get chip on it. Huh. Well, 80% to hit and the crit. Well, nothing we can do about that. He rolled both things good. Now, do you always have to go Terrakion here? Actually, do I? There's an argument to be made for this, but yeah, 56%. the thing here is that I go here. How much do I do on land though? I don't do that much on with a close combat. How? Still unlucky. Burning this is also good, but the issue is that I'm taking a lot of damage off Stone Edge. So I think I'd rather Excadrill checks. Bro is trying to bait me. Actually, I can go T-Tar kind of for free here and get a T-Wave off. The issue is, actually, if he brings in Lando T, how much do I do on this with T-Tar Ice Beam? Not that much. I'm still getting signed up. I could Pursuit. Yeah. What? Okay. He was just gonna give me it for free? Huh. Interesting. I'm very surprised that he was just gonna give it to me for free. Huh. Well, it all comes down to a speed tie. Well, it's literally down to luck at this point. That's fine. Now, if I'm him, I go back into Excadrill here. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah. But I think the unfortunate crit just decided the game. Huh. I mean, sometimes you lose to luck. Nothing you can do about that. Especially in, obviously, mirror matches. I don't think the crit mattered on T-Tar, because it's Sandpower boosted, but still. This is obvious, but yeah. Another crit. You're cringe. I mean, I have to. Yeah. I had to do this. That's so annoying, though. I mean, yeah. That sucks. Because now I just lose. Mirror. More in a nutshell. Experience, I guess. I did a Pursuit. That's actually crazy. I thought that was like the most obvious Pursuit of all time. Well, let's go for flinches. Flinch wins it. No. Yeah. I had to go for something. GG. Unlucky. That sucks. I hate losing to luck, especially because it's a mirror matchup, so that's so whack. The thing that I'm most annoyed is I'm pretty sure this is going to be another mirror match now, but that sucks. Because, like, mirror matches can be fun. I don't like weather mirror matches in general, and especially when it's like a mirror match that comes down to your opponent high rolling 3 times. Can't wait to lose 2 mirrors because my opponent got luckier than me. All right, well, we do have 2 Mons that he doesn't. The thing here is that he doesn't have Pharaoh, which is so good here. At least we... But yeah, Pharaoh goes extremely hard here. I think actually it's valuable for us to get Rain up first, so let's do that. Now the issue also here is obviously if I win, and now I'm gonna have to play Sand into Rain, which is a terrible fucking matchup, especially him having Caesar and Pharaoh. Like, it's literally a like 1-9 matchup, even if I win this. But I think for this in general, if he doesn't lead Thunders, good. Because for me, like, it's valuable to get this up. There's an argument to be made where I just click Toxic, or actually there's a world where I just click Encore, predicting a setup set. Would he be a setup set? Actually, now when I think about it. I'm just clicking Toxic. Should I? Is there a point to me clicking Toxic when I could just Scald? I don't think so. Because, like, if he goes for Pharaoh, or especially Caesar, on my Toxic, like, I'm just smoked. Yeah, I'm glad. Let's get the burn. Show me the burn. Show me the burn. Okay, so today, the game just hates me. Well, in that case, well, let's just exchange this stuff. The issue here is that he obviously has Starmie, and I have Tentacruel, so none of this stuff actually matters. But, you know. What? I think he misclicked. I'm sure that was supposed to be spikes. But I'm sure neither of us can hit the other one. Like, Pharaoh in this matchup is just also crazy. Rain in general, I think in Gen 5 is like the strongest team. I will be, actually, let me knock off here. I'll take his lefties here. Because I want to take them before he leaves. Ready for one? All right. Now, what is he switching into is the thing, because he obviously can't hit me. What would he switch into on me here? Actually, I should have gone to Tis. I forgot I was carrying sub. I can't spikes here, because if I spikes and he goes Thunderous, I immediately lose. Like, Thunderous is the thing that wins this matchup. I'm doing this. I'm predicting Thunderous, or depending on what he has on Caesar. The thing is, like, nothing in either of our teams really touches Pharaoh. Okay, there's the Caesar. That's good. Now, I don't give a shit what I give this to, but how much Pursuit Okos me? So I'm losing a Latios here. I think I need to kill this thing. But do I click Surf or do I click Thunder? I think Thunder makes more sense. But the issue is that Thunder Okos this thing. If I paralyze the Pharaoh though, I'm fucked. But this is still like higher variance. I need to burn the Pharaoh. Like, in order to win the game, I need to burn the Pharaoh. I wanted to trick this, but obviously because he's like switches then master. Yeah, that's an Oko. He needs to be full special defense investment. For that's another Oko. Now the thing here is, I think he needs to go Pharaoh, because I'm pretty sure I just explode this thing as well. Oh wait, it has Volt Absorb. He gets sub up here. Fuck, I lose. I just lost. I lost the game. I literally just lost the game. Don't see it. I mean, it's the most obvious play in the world. I just fucking lost the game. God damn it. I needed to surf there. I forgot about Volt Absorb. Yeah, I just lose. He didn't see it. There's hope. There's hope. This thing is faster than I am, but would he have an ice move? Even if he does, it doesn't kill. Okay, but he spins here. And he spins, and I go Tentacruel, and then I lose. He spins and he goes Thunderous, and I lose, right? Can I afford the... Because if I kill this thing now, I'm so lit. I'm like so lit. This is so greedy. Because if he goes Thunders here, I lose. I'm clicking Thunder. He did it. I'm greedy. But he was gonna get a free setup anyway, so... Now let me make sure here. Oh, it's a sound move. Okay, good. He always subs here, but the thing is, I think he kills with Thunder, yeah. This sucks, because I need to go this, but I should have gone into him earlier. Oh, his agility. Huh. Interesting. Well, there's Focus Miss. I would feel bad, but yeah, it's, you know, 6% to hit, so don't feel that bad about it. I don't think... Do I kill this thing? Because Hydro Pump kills. I need a little more chip. But the issue is... I think I die to... I don't die to Focus Blast. I'm genuinely taking the chip. Because if I get a little bit more chip, then I'm chilling. I also need to know if he's sub. That killed. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. He's definitely HP Ice here, right? Like, he needs to be HP Ice. I wish I was specs on this and scarf on this. Is agility, focus blasts, and then what? Thunder and something. HP Ice. I guess. Do I put him on? Gotta have it? Because everything I have just dies to this thing, is the issue. I think is GG. Because I don't think I can kill this thing with anything. The thing is, because if I hit Draco, I guess I gotta risk it. 10%. It's more likely still that I kill with Draco, because Draco is 10% chance to miss, and this is a 50-50 to not kill. But I need to do this. I think there's a world where he just switches though. Okay. That helps a lot. It's running gyro, I see. I'm rangish though, so I don't think this thing ever beats me 1v1. And we can spin away here. I'm taking a lot here, but I'm still living. Surely he doesn't stay in, right? Oh, he did. Huh. He only has 5 more PP on gyro. That's 4 PP. Obviously, he's locked here because of the choice specs, which is good. Would he stay in? I don't think he would. I'm still clicking Scald. There we go. There's the burn. Now, surely he switches here. Oh. Bruh. How many crits is this guy gonna get? If I get sub up, I should win, because I think I just KO. Zink is faster than me, but here he needs to decide whether he takes my sub or gets rid of me, so I always click Thunder, even if it goes Thunder's T here. If he's agility, he's definitely modest, right? Oh, he made Secret Sword. Well, now I just win. Yeah, he needed to click Surf to break my sub there. Because if we're speed tying, there's a chance that I lose. Is he faster than me? I mean, that's still fine, because I have a scarfed Keldeo here. Win the speed tie. Okay. It doesn't matter. It was range anyway. I'm HP invested. Sub. He's obviously faster than me, but that's fine. Now we bring in Aladios. Actually, no. Since he ice beamed. How much do I do this to this on Keldeo? Hydro Pump has a chance to Oko. Does he kill me with T-Bolt? No. Okay. Let's go Scald. Yep. No pair. Thank you. That's all the chip we need. The burn doesn't matter because he's natural cure, but I also doubt he would do anything with that. I protect here to stack burn. The issue here is, like I said, like now I need to beat a I need to beat a rain team with, yeah. And now we just go this guy. And we lock ourselves into Secret Sword. Now, now here, I think he clicks protect. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Well, then it doesn't matter. Oh, that's a big burn. But it shouldn't matter because I just kill it with thunder here. Yeah. If he gets the triple protect, do I do the burn? Die the burn? I don't think I do. If he gets the double protect, he's in range. Okay, well that's a mistake because he just dies to hazards now. Or does he want to, like, I guess he's banking on the double protect. It shouldn't matter though, because like Tentacle never dies. He needs to triple protect still. Oh yeah, never mind, it's Gen 5, so okay. Okay. My immaculate strategy? Smogon. Never give a Jeexx product. Toxic. Well, it's gonna be an uphill battle, but honestly at this point, can anything be more of an uphill battle than playing a mirror where your opponent is rolling or crits and high ranges? Let's find out. But yeah, getting the check turn up on that guy was pretty huge. All right. Well, now the thing here, obviously, very obvious what the deal is. I need to get rid of Politoed, he needs to get rid of Tyranitar. Now you can see the issue here. He has 6 Pokemon that hit my Mon for super effective. I have 1. Sorry, 2. But neither of those do damage. Now the issue here is also that if he just leads Kecleon, I immediately lose. Is the thing. There is nothing else that I can lead except for this guy. There's a Rotom angle, I guess, but I need to preserve Rotom's life is the issue. I think that's been about 2 minutes. It's one of these two. Yeah. Okay, well, I just get a free Willow here. The thing is that, like, getting rid of Politoed is huge, obviously. But the biggest thing is that I... Wait. How do... Yeah. Sorry, I'll pause the recording. I need to take out the laundry. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright. And now the thing here is that I don't have a way to get rid of hazards. And that's like the biggest thing that's an issue in this matchup. And I don't have like a setup on. So I can't like take advantage of Pharaoh. So what's the best thing for me to do here? I don't have a good way to hit Pharaoh either, which is like a big issue. But I do at least need to exchange hazards. But I do think that, like I said, I do think that this matchup is like an auto loss, like I said. Because if I had a like setup mon to take advantage of Pharaoh, like it would be fine. But the issue is that like he has two like mons to take advantage of my sand, and he has two earthquake immunities. Like this is just, it's so built to counter my team. I think the U-turn is pretty obvious, so I don't think he changes yet. There's a world where he like changes into these two, but I don't think he would do that yet. I think the U-turn on my side is too obvious, but we'll see. I'll try my best, but like I said. Interesting. Like I said, I think the chances that I just immediately lose. There's HP Ice. Now the thing is, I really want a Willow here, but the issue is that he can bring in Pharaoh or just stay in as well. And if he stays in on this, then I'm cooked. Yeah, this is the free switch. And because he has rocks and he has spikes, like he can just do this. There is an argument to be made where I actually bring in T-Tar here just to get special. Where I bring in the guy. I kill this thing with close combat, but the issue is he still has a lot of like good switches. I do need to do this. I need to get sent up. Yeah. Now I do know that he has what's his face? Probably power whip on this, because this team is just built to counter sand teams, but it doesn't do that much damage. The issue is there's a world where I just T-wave. If I'm him though, I just sit here and layer more spikes. I'm clicking Ice Beam. Because I do need to deal with this thing anyway. There's a world where he just goes Politoed here though. Caesar. Interesting. I don't mind that much. That's fine. I needed to give up Titar anyway. But now he goes... Is there a way to play... Is there even a reason to play this out? I don't think so. GG. No reason. There is no reason to play this out. There's just no reason to play that out. I got counter-teamed, so nothing I can do there. Yeah, it would have just been, like, I would have just been stuck there. I can't do anything. It's... You even having, like, Caesar means that you just... It's literally an unwinnable matchup, so there's no point. First I lose the mirror because of luck, and then I lose because I literally get Silver Bulleted with all 6 months. Yippee! Pokemon's awesome.
There was a situation. Oh yeah, the Thunder situation with Latios and Thunders. I'm legitimately wondering because like I could if I stay in, and you do hit me, I die.
Yep.
If I stay in, you trek. I'm spec now, which is good for me, kinda, but it's still gonna lead into a situation where odds are I'm gonna lose because of my move pool being limited to just HP ice in that situation.
Yeah, I had switch-ins where like I can then deal with the Keldeo. It's essentially if the trick landed on Thunders, then I just immediately won. That was the earlier, like if you went earlier to, I was talking about like, if you just went to, what's his face? Thunders on my earlier Latios bring-in, that like I said that you were just immediately gonna win, but it was the agility set that you went on sub, so it wasn't like immediately over. I figured that you were just the subset because I think that's just fucking broken. So I just assumed that, and if you were the subset, then I would have lost there. But because it was the agility set, it was still like, okay, I could still do something, but I'm happy I at least navigated that properly. Unfortunately, the other two games I didn't really get to display any sort of skill because I just got... The game just told me that I lose. But yeah, the issue... Sandis, these are like the two de facto teams in Gen 5 OU. But the issue with Sand is that Pharaoh in a rain team means that you literally can't win. And then on top of that, you also have Caesar. So it's like, it's literally an unwinnable matchup, which means there's basically one team viable in Gen 5 OU. And the like other stuff is more like just counters to that, where like basically all the electric stuff just runs Thunder to take advantage of Thunder. But yeah, there's no point in playing it after, because like even if I have my T-Tar up, like what's his face? Because I don't have SD. I was Sandforce, Sandrush on Exca, and I wasn't.
Sandrush, not even.
Sorry, Choice Scarf, because Sandrush is banned. I don't have a like proper breaker. If Sandrush wasn't banned, I would run instead Sandrush. What's his face? Sandrush with SD. And that would mean that Exco can actually, like, in a good position, break against rain teams. But because Sandrush is banned, like, you just can't do anything with Exco. But I figured, like, it's unwinnable anyway. It would just be sit there for 10 minutes trying to make decisions that don't matter. And then I lose because it's just an unwinnable matchup. With Gastro, you can navigate some things because Gastro...
Water Absorb.
Yeah, Gastro helps a lot of like the bad matchups, but even in that case as well, like you're still like you need the burn on Caesar, or you just immediately lose because Caesar sets up SD on Gastro for free. So it was literally just like whoever wins the first game just wins the entire thing, because the otherwise the matchup is just unwinnable. And unfortunately, the first matchup came up to a few high rolls, but that's Pokemon for you.
Yeah, I was actually running Choice Bat Caesar, which was like the reason why I immediately bailed from the Rotom was because like even if I could get a SD off, which doubles my attack, which is a net gain for me, I fucking bailed because it was like, oh, if I get burned here, I lose the game on the spot right now. Well, not on the spot, but like odds are that I will just get shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because there was an like thing that I was thinking, like if you just set up SD and I miss one. I miss a burn, then you just set up another SD, and at that point I'm kind of smoked. But was Keldeo a choice setup?
Choice Scarf, yeah.
Huh, okay. Because I figured, like, if you're gonna run one of those choice, like, I'd probably then run either Coal Mine Keldeo or SD Caesar, because it gives you then a fallback on, like, as a late game sweeper. But I guess, like, Thunder's kinda fills that role as well with agility. But I like in, like, Rain with... I guess you had, like, less of a, like, defensive core, so never mind. I guess it makes more sense. I was thinking, like, because like Rain has such a like good defensive core, you can like maneuver a lot of 2 different set of sweepers and then like have essentially options for what you want to sweep late game. But I forgot that you obviously didn't have a like similar defensive core, because like that's like Ferrocruel is very notorious in this format as well, because it's just like obviously they fill each other's weaknesses really well. One is extremely bulky on the defensive side and one is extremely bulky on the offensive, as in like, sorry, not defensive and offensive, like physical and special side. And obviously range as well with Tentacruel essentially means that
I didn't realize that was an ability even.
Yeah, it's I don't think it's like nasty. Almost ever been run outside of this, but obviously Rain being permanent and them having such a good defensive core means it's actually like really good, because it essentially just doubles your recovery. But
I have to say about this team, I started off being like, okay, I'm gonna run Politoed, Ferrothorn, Caesar, because of course I am. I have access to Caesar in a format that has Drizzle in it. I'm gonna make a Rain team with Caesar in it. And then I was like, well, what do I play in between these? And then I went to look for what people play with Rain normally in Gen 5. And I found Thunder Asterion through that. Because I've never seen this Pokemon in my fucking life. Like, no joke. I've never seen this thing in my life. And I was,
it's probably my favorite Therian form. Like, visually.
It's really cool. It's really menacing looking, I think. But like the Volt Absorb on it was like immediate, like, oh, this is good. I'm gonna go for Volt Absorb. What do people actually run on this? Focus Blast was something that people were running, and I was trying to actually look into alternatives that could maybe deal with like T-Tar, and I felt like, well, I could do like Volt Switch or something, but that doesn't do anything damage to T-Tar very much. And U-Turn is obviously is a physical move.
Yeah,
a special attack set. So
Thunder's Therian has the like issue where it's essentially, it's kind of like more modern Alakazam in a way, where it's like you need to run Focus Mist to cover the like bad matchups, and it covers those things really well. You would actually, does it? I wanna say Thunder Therian gets Aura Sphere in Gen 9, but I do need to check.
That seems pretty nasty.
It does, but I wanna say I can't find. Actually, let me just see Cerebi Thunder.
Wait, just to check, Aura Sphere doesn't check accuracy, right?
Yeah, it's a 90 base power special move that doesn't check accuracy. But if it doesn't, then I'm just talking out my ass. But I wanna say, actually, I can just do this. Aura. It does not, so I'm talking out of my ass. I could have sworn it did, but yeah, like early on, the issue is like, especially like here, it covers you Pharaoh, it covers you T-Tar. You would love to run HP Fire, but because it's best run in Rain teams and you need HP Ice, every single team in Gen 5 OU needs at least 2 Ice moves in the team to deal with Landorus Therian, because if you're seriously playing the format, like no matter what team you would run, like you would have Lando T. Like you would have Lando T in the Rain team as well. We obviously can't because of our limitations, but you would normally run it there as well, and you just need HP Ice to be able to deal with Lando. So it kind of leaves like, okay, I have my if you're running a choice, which I think in Rain is kind of a waste, because you get so many opportunities to set up. It's kind of means that, okay, you have your setup move, you have your electric move, you have HP Ice, and then the last move is like, all right, I need to deal with steel types, because otherwise I can't hit steel types, and especially Pharaoh for shit. And also because it's most commonly run in Rain teams, because it's the best Rain sweeper that also is the best mon against Rain teams, which makes it like just extremely flexible in the tier. It's essentially then like, all right, this move lets me deal with Pharaoh and lets me deal with T-Tar, both in one. So it's kind of like, I don't want to run this shit because it's a 70% accurate move, but I need to. And there's like There was a third mon that I was also thinking that is like that needs Focus Blast, but I forgot the name when I was yapping. But like Thunderous, Therian. I mean, technically there are. Well, we'll see when we get to Gen 6. There's actually, I think there's a really cool Ampharos set that is way different. But obviously the usual Mega Amp set is Depulse, Protect, Thunderbolt and Focus Blast, because it gives you like extremely good coverage. But there's another like pretty cool set that I'll try to build around. So because I really like Mega Ampharos. I'm not a fan of OG Ampharos. I don't really like the design, but
It's
I really
a little
like
lanky.
Yeah, but I do like the Mega of it, and I think Ampharos is a cool mon in the way where obviously usually electric types are fast, and then it's like, let's just make a really fucking slow electric type that just hits hard. It's kind of neat, but yeah, it kind of suffers from the like sometimes you just gotta run Focus Blast, and that's the issue there. It's also like because you don't have Rock Blast yet on Terrakia, and you just gotta run the fucking Stone Edge. Although I think Rock Blast is 85% accurate, so 5% isn't that great, but
I mean, it's 5%, and then on top of that, there's every instance that happens after it. So technically, because you want to hit 2 of them, right? For the same amount of damage as Stone Edge.
You need 4. Actually, Stone Edge is 100 base power and 80, right? Rock Blast is 25 base power. I'm pretty sure.
If you can't guarantee that you're gonna hit 4 of them, then.
It's still better because usually you want to use it as a breaker, and Rock Blast means that you get through. Okay, there's an argument to be made if you're running Scarfed. There's an argument to be made for Stone Edge, but if you're running Band, Rock Blast is always better because there's essentially nothing that where the substitute lives the Rock Blast, so it breaks through sub better, and obviously it ignores Focus Sash, which is what makes Rock Blast better.
If you're running Band and you're using Rock Blast, that's 2 hits is 100 base power, right?
Yep.
That's nice.
But well, actually, wait, it's 1.5 times, so you need 3 for 90. So, but essentially, you need 4 hits to meet the damage of Stone Edge, but the upsides are still better.
The base power is 25.
Yeah.
And then Band is half, and then Stab is half.
Yeah.
Right. So it's 50 base power per Rock Blast.
And Stone Edge would be 200, so you still need 4. But yeah, if you were just thinking of like what Rock Blast is, but I was thinking like where in comparison to 2, it's always like 4 is where it breaks even, and then 5 obviously breaks through. But even at 4, like unless you're accounting for Stone Edge has a 10% chance to crit, so it's better.
True.
So 9.6.
Oh, fuck, I forgot to check your names. You had Venus. I assume you have stuff named after planets / Roman gods.
Yeah, it's the because we had what's his face? Because I was always gonna do 2 weather teams. Like it started from Polytoad the Poseidon the Polytoad is how this team started, and then it was just there. Like I'm gonna make this Greek gods, and then because like I said, when I built the teams for the other one, I literally stole it because I didn't have time, which ended up I would have had time because we ended up not doing it anyway. But it was it was a pretty cool team. Unfortunately, the Voltron Core doesn't really do much when the eject button obviously for Gen 5 doesn't work, because if you hit it with a Volt move, then you don't even swap at all, because the only one non actual hard Pokemon switch can happen in a turn, which is really weird.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that as well, because I haven't really played with eject button a lot, but I thought like that was really cool. Obviously, bringing in Terrakion with a slow eject button is really cool, and that way you can reset your choice lock. But obviously, it doesn't really do much when there are 2 immunities to Volt Switch, and if you're clicking, you turn your also risking effect spore, which you had on your Amoonguss. I was running Regenerator personally because of the pivot thing, but obviously in this instance, it would have been better to have effect spore, but it didn't end up mattering. But
So my justification for effect sport was specifically the fact that like my team isn't that like stacked in terms of speed for most of them. Like obviously, three of them are giga fast, but the other half is super slow. So the idea is, oh, I can take hits using effect sport, and I can get poison, paralysis, or sleep. And paralysis and sleep are huge, and even poison to some degree. I don't really have any means of properly stalling with this team, but it's gonna give me that extra chip that I might need, for example, for the choice band quick attack on my Terrakion to just kill you.
Jeexx always trying to look for ways to stall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like I mean, regenerator is broken, so I don't need to justify it. But the reason for regenerate is obviously with the eject button, you essentially always immediately heal it. And I was carrying T-Wave on Tyranitar and obviously Willow on Rotom. So, and I had also Para on Amoonguss because I also forgot, like, initially I was like, on the like Lando bring in, I was like, I'm gonna just accept that my Lando is falling asleep, and then you hit with Sunspur, I was like, oh yeah, sleep is banned, I forgot. So that's different.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the one way you can get it is through FX Sport, but because I wanted to make sure that I can burn things when I need to burn things, which obviously, especially in the mirror, is really important because if you burn the opposing extradial, you immediately win. So I didn't want to get accidental hits. Like if I put a Ferrothorn, I paralyze it or something, then I'm just smoked because I don't really have a way to deal with a Pharaoh, as you could see with this team. So you needed the Dawn on it. But yeah, the other teams were just Mercury, Pluto, Venus, Neptune, Jupiter, and Mars. Because it was just like, all right, well, the other one is a Great Gods. I'm gonna make this Roman Gods, and yeah, that's it.
Very fitting, very perfect, I feel. My names were, as you probably figured, Peak, Are We There Yet? Lethal Company, Content Warning, and Amoonguss.
Friend Slop.
Friend Slop hater, Terrakion himself. That's like, because I was thinking of ways to name T-Tar, and then somebody suggested just leave Amoonguss as is. And then,
that was the... Yeah.
And that's why, like, it fit so well that I felt like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's still like in the theming itself. And the second team was just I'm once again using like playing card themes because of Caesar, but this time I went with like a different direction with, for example, Ferrothorn being stacked deck in the idea that I'm gonna make sure that my shit wins. Polytoad being a joker in the sense that it's got some fucking nonsense going on. Oh, I'm gonna hit you with a Scald for a 30% chance at burn. I'm gonna hit you for a Toxic, and then I'm gonna hit this Encore to lock you into this whatever the fuck you're doing, and I'm gonna be hitting Protect. I may be pivoting. And then I think Thunderous being King was perfect too. So, yeah. And Keldeo being Jack kind of feels like it fits because of the Three Musketeers thing.
Yeah,
to some degree.
I was just gonna say. I like it. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. Obviously, we saw a lot what the format has to offer because both of us just played two essentially identical teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny. We haven't had mirrors in Yu-Gi-Oh in so long, and now we had like essentially we had two mirrors back to back because we had a mirror a couple of weeks ago as well for Pokemon where we had like the same team but one thing was different. And it was also like, because if you look at my teams real quick, if you're watching the stream, I had a bunch of teams for the previous two. I think I actually had a bunch of for this actually. I had stuff with like even Dragonite, Jirachi, Volcarona. I had a couple of ideas that I was bouncing around based off of things that we're seeing for.
Yeah,
but I ended up landing on this because it's T-Tar with Amoonguss.
Yeah, the Rain team initially, I wanted to have another sweeper in there. I wanted to have, because I like Cloyster quite a bit. I had a Cloyster there with Skill Link, Rock Blast, and Icicle Spear, which would just destroy, rip through everything. But the issue, like there, it was initially like there instead of Keldeo as a choice scarfer, but the issue there then became that like I actually apart from Ferrothorn, like a lot of the stuff in the team like felt it really got smoked by Sand, because like I have Surf on Latios as well, but like it didn't do that much in the calcs when Rain wasn't up, so I ultimately need to pivot on that for something else, and Keldeo kind of fit the bill perfectly because of obviously having fighting coverage as well as The ice type, because the thing about what's his face, the thing about Cloyster was also nice. Like obviously, Icicle Spear absolutely rips through Lando T, but with some like more defensive investments, which I personally like using a lot on Lando, like it actually didn't kill unless you got at least one crit. So that also was another thing where it's like, well, Keldeo just kills with HPIs consistently. So it just, Keldeo unfortunately in this team, like it just ended up being better. So I kind of threw it in there. And because initially, like the idea was there, because obviously Pharaoh and Therian was also already 2 Gen 5 Mons. So like, well, I meet the quota, I can play Cloyster here, but it just didn't work out for the team structure. But I think like Scarf's Cloyster with just a bunch of nonsense does actually quite a bit. And it was also another spinner, which was nice. Because I actually... Liquidation is not, I think it was just Waterfall for the last one, because I was also contemplating not running a water move on it at all, because I obviously have a bunch of water moves already, and it was mostly there like, I want to click my skill link moves, but
I want to blast them.
it didn't work out, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Fortunate.
But
yeah, I think we managed to showcase Gen 5 pretty well.
Yep. And next time it's gonna be underuse, which there is a lot more variety in the lower tiers, because obviously the weather setters are up here, and obviously auto weather is the only one that is permanent in Gen 5, and if you set up a sunny day or something like that, it's still only 4 or 5 turns, so it's a lot less prominent. So we'll probably actually see some non-weather teams as well. But
oh my god, it's nice. Arcanine.
He is cool.
Poor Cobalion, fucking Keldeo and Terrakion up in fucking OU, and this guy is just here. Wow, these stats suck.
It's funny that you say that, because you were talking about it as if the OG trio of Source of Justice was those 3. You're forgetting about someone.
Shaman? Or...
Virizion.
Oh, I fucking...
Who is the actual trio member, because Keldeo is like the essentially the mythical addition to that. But poor Cobalion. Meanwhile, this is literally the meme of the mom lifting up the one child and the like lifting up Terrakion there, and then there is literally Cobalion is drowning next to it, and then at the bottom of the fucking ocean there's Virizion. It's like, yep, I don't even exist.
Not even real, bro. Raikou, no. What do you mean Raikou can't get Volt Absorb?
This one would be crazy if it did. Raikou's really
cool. Is it just banned?
A Volt Absorb?
Yeah, Raikou's hidden ability is unreleased.
Yeah, it is an event that came out in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I want to think. But the legendary beasts don't have their hidden abilities until Gen 6, I'm pretty sure. It might have been even Gen 7, but I'm like 90% sure it was Gen 6 when they get their hidden abilities. So that's why you can't have them. They're not great anyway. It was like... Raikou has Volt Absorb. Entei got... I want to say Entei had the best one, but I don't fucking remember. And... Suicune was... No, Suicune was natural cure. Yeah, Suicune was natural cure. Suicune was crazy. Oh, sorry?
The fact that Zapdos is in UU feels crazy to me. Dude, this fucking Mon has been OU for the last 4 gens.
Yeah,
and now it's just dropped.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Zapdos and you look at Thunder Syrian, it's one of them is just better than the other.
Yeah, so it's kind of sad.
Because I'm pretty sure... Okay, it doesn't. Never mind. There was the... I was going to say, like, I'm pretty sure Thunder Syrian gets Heatwave, but no, that's the one thing that Zapdos has over Therian, where it gets good coverage in Heatwave, and also, like, that makes it, like, better in non-rain formats, but it's, like, it's pretty good. UU is... I think, like, Gen 5 UU is a lot of fun. I think, like, Gen 5 in general is, like, really cool. Obviously, like I said, like, in OU, it's essentially, like, rain dominance. And that's also, like... That's the one issue with after, like, Sun got banned. Well, Sun plus Chlorophyll got banned. Is, like, after that, it was just, like, all right, well, rain just destroys everything now.
Yeah.
But...
And that feels kind of weird in a way, where... why are we banning this one? Because it's gonna leave like there's no more trifecta essentially, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a situation where rock paper scissors exist. Now it's just rock into scissors.
Yeah, that's the issue when like because initially there was a rock paper scissors format with you had sand, you had sun, and you had rain. But then the issue is like, okay, we lose Swift Swim, Sand Rush, and Chlorophyll. But the issue is that rain doesn't need Swift Swim to be broken because you get the damage boost and you get boosted Thunder, which helps improve the Mirror, which doesn't help in the other two cases as much. Whereas the other two actually losing those means that they're a lot less strong, which then kind of just breaks the power balance. Where it's now like, okay, it's rock paper scissors, but rock also has a knife, so it's like it can actually just also win the paper matchup. So, but there's an argument to be made because there's a lot of like stuff that is decent in the rain, and there's a lot of like good electric types and stuff that like gets electric type coverage, which means that like you can combat rain, which is what it mostly turned into, which is like Gen 5 is either you're playing the rain team or you're playing a counter to rain team, because a lot of the counters to rain team also like tend to have like good cores to combat some of the other weathers as well. But I digress. We will see more Gen 5 stuff later. It has a lot of cool Pokemon, so that's awesome.
I mean, currently I'm building a team, and I've got 4 out of 6 Pokemon that aren't from Gen 5. So
need to find those 2 Gen 5s.
Luckily I have one that's in here.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, like Generation 5, there's a lot. Generation 5 is one thing that where like it's not going to be an issue for you to find Mons to your teams from that generation, I don't think.
Does this guy get U-turn? Please tell me you can pivot. Oh man, you get rocks though. Hell yeah. Bro got intimidate and rock. Hell yeah.
Hyuga. Baby Lando
me
team.
When the cook is dial.
But yeah, thank you for watching Generation 5 OU. We'll see you next time for Generation 5 UU with maybe less weather, maybe more.
Perchance
more. But we'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Peace.